And hello to all friends, Potato is with you. This is the 10th part of the Botany Mud Guide for version 1.16.5. But before you start watching, be sure to subscribe to me and click on the bell so as not to miss new videos. We move on to the next section called Trinkets and Accessories. In it, as you can guess, there are various accessories and decorations. That is, these are rings. There are all sorts of robes, amulets, belts, and the like. Let's start with the most useless, but at the same time, it's also fun for you. We have a variety of accessories here. Let's say it's a tie. Here's a witch's badge. There are also released eyes, and, for example, a mask with a mini potato. Let's see in general what it is and how it looks like. We go into our costume jewelry, and let's say we have a tie that looks like this. Then the witch icon also here you can see on my chest. Then the released eyes. Together now the eyes have changed a little, and also the potato mask. So let's take my eyes off. That's how she looks cool. All this does not give any effects, only visual. There is also such a case for trinkets. Let's take it, and what can we put in it? Oddly enough, various trinkets. It is very convenient to store them here. But then we move on to functional things. The first is a monocle. With it, you will be able to see mana flows through the walls, and also a redstone charge. Let's put it on also all in costume jewelry. Here's the place it is. I don't know exactly what kind of place it is, most likely a pendant of some kind. In general, let's take a look at the redstone now, and here you can see now we have a 0 signal here. If we take the lever, activate it, there will be a signal 15, 14, and so on to 0. Quite convenient. And also let's look at the transfer of mana. Then look here, we have a pool again. There is an empty pool, and let's make a wall. And literally through it, we see all the mana flows. Then there are such raincoats. There is a cloak of virtue to sins, balance, and finally, the cloak of invisibility. They are all very cool, and let's take a look at them. The first is the cloak of virtues. It will block all the damage that will come to you. And it looks like this. It's as if we are somehow small, or the cloak is too big. Although, even if you stand up like that, it may be fine. As if such a great potato is flying here. The next cloak is the cloak of sins. It works as follows. Let's say we are dealt 2 damage, and the same amount of damage, that is, 2 will be inflicted on the creature, or the person who inflicted the damage on us. That is, it will be as if we will take damage, and the attack will also be reflected. Then the cloak and balance. It looks like this. And now, if we are dealt 2 damage, then only 1 damage will pass, and also 1 damage will pass to the attacker. And finally, the invisibility cloak. This cloak will make us simply invisible, and endlessly. But, there is one condition that you have mana in your inventory. Next, let's consider such a ring of agile maneuver. It dresses oddly enough in place of the rings. And now what can we do? And now we can make such passages. I press forward twice, and we move a little bit fast like that. Let me do better F5, let's do it twice to the left, up, and we're just flying a little bit literally on the block. To the right, and we can also go back. True, there is such a small recharge here, and you will not be able to go straight into memory like that. But it's pretty cool, if you have some kind of arrow flying, and you can dodge so quickly. Next, consider such a bloody pendant. It will only be used on the botanical cooking rack, and it should be used instead of bubbles. And let's say that you can get such a bloody pendant at speed 2. Well, and also for other effects. It works as follows. You put it on the place of the pendant, and now the effect is superimposed on you. And infinite, well, more precisely depends on your mana. In this case, I have a creative mana tablet, so there will be infinite mana, and accordingly, an infinite effect. You can make yourself, let's say, a pendant of some kind for strength, or for other cool effects. It will be really very convenient. Then, there are as many as 2 amulets. The first amulet is a feathery cloud, and the second is a halo. They differ from us, in that the first amulet will give you a double jump, that is, up 1, 2, and the third one will give you a triple jump, that is, 1, 2 and also 3. And the second one, by the way, is also being crafted from the first one, only it is still being improved, with the help of the spirit of the traffic police. Then, there are 2 cool pendants. The first one is the first classic pendant, and the second one is much cooler. It's a crimson pendant. The first one will simply shoot Gorenge effect, if you are not in the fire and not in the lava. In other words, let's check it out now. Here, we are going to have lava like this. I'm going into survival mode. Here you can see we are doing damage, and I unfortunately died, because I had very little HP. Okay, let's fix it quickly nay. So take 2. In short, this is where damage is inflicted on me, and if I get out of the lava, then the burning simply stops. Gorenge. But the next crimson pendant in general will completely protect you from fire, and from lava, and from Gorenge. That is, look, here I can just fit into the lava, and calmly be here and swim. So, let's get out of the lava now, and now I will immediately stop burning. In short, a very cool pendant. Next, comes the Great Fairy Ring. It will increase the chance of summoning pixies. That is, you can put on armor, let's say all of the element, then another sword, and finally a ring. And then, you will have a very big chance to summon pigs. Let's try it now. Let's say a zombie, and I don't know now it will turn out. No, and yes, Here, some chances are called upon by a pixel that deals damage to them. True, it was not visible now, but still they were. Then there is such an inspector. With the help of such a bandage, you will be able to see what is in the chests, or rather find the item you need. Let's say, look, I'm going to put the staff of the forest here. Now I take the staff of the forest in my hand, and this chest is highlighted, because there is the same object there. You can find, let's say, diamonds in this way, that is, take a diamond in your hand, and you will see in which chest there will be a diamond. Next, consider two whole rings. The first is an aura ring, and the second is a large aura ring. These rings will generate a manam for you. The first one will naturally generate less passively, and the second one will already be much more. Therefore, I advise you to do it right away like this. A large mana ring just needs to be improved with the help of a terastali ingot. We make it, take an empty mana tablet, and it will gradually recharge. Then, there is the ring of distant wealth. This is a ring. Let's see now how far we can extend our hand. Look, now we will have a block of land allocated at this distance. Now let's step back. He's not standing out right now. And now we put on this ring, and it stands out. We can break it. We can even go into something else. And finally, how many times 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 do we have here? When before we could only reach it from this distance, and now we can at least break it here. Then, there is such a useful ring correction. It will change the tools in our hand depending on what we break. Let's say I put it on now, switch to survival mode, and want to break the grass with a pickaxe. We are changing the whole thing to a shovel, and now we can break the ground quietly. Let's say I want to break a baliga, and immediately change to a pickaxe from a monosteel. But here the condition is that you must have items made of monosteel element or terasteel, that is, those items that spend mana. Two more rings are the ring of magnetism and the improved ring of magnetism. They will attract the whole world to you, but they will differ in the radius of action. The improved magnetism ring will naturally work better in the future. So let's put it on now and check it out. Let's say I throw another ring of magnetism, fly away, and look now how this whole thing will work. And here, it is attracted to me, and even here I fly in, and it still catches up with me. Here is a very convenient ring that will literally help you attract the whole world around. Then, there is the cordal ring. This ring will be very useful if you are often in the water. Let's assume now that I'm going to dive somewhere here, and look at the effects that will be superimposed on me now. Well, dive into the water. That's right, I don't have a mana tablet. That's all the mana tablet I took for myself, and now the following is superimposed on us. This is the grace of Delphini, also the power of the source. In other words, you and I are becoming this type of fish. When leaving the water, these buffs will be removed. Then there is the ring minor. As soon as we put this ring on ourselves, there is an endless rush on our horse. Well, more precisely, not directly infinitely, it will depend on your mana. In this case, it is infinite, and unusually haste, and haste too. And now you will be able to dig much faster. Let's see how it will roughly look like. That is, this is how you will dig with a Nazarite pickaxe, and rush too. Then there is a pendant with a snowflake. This pendant will freeze all the water, and also turn everything into snow under you. Well, more precisely, to generate such a small snow. Let's see now how the water will freeze. It will not freeze forever, but will eventually unfreeze when we fly away from here. Quite a convenient pendant for traveling, let's say on the seas, or for generating snow where you simply don't have it. Then, there are as many as 3 belts. The first is the Wanderer's Belt, then it goes to the Ushuk and to the Pilgrim's Konkushuk. Consider the first belt as a wanderer. It will give you a slight acceleration that you will not see, but in fact, it will be present. Also, now you will jump 2 blocks high, and there will be a little less damage from falling. The next sash is accelerating. It will already work for us, so gradually, when we run, we will eventually gain more and more speed. When we stop running, then this speed will decrease. But look, you can notice right now how I'm starting to run faster and faster. Right now, acceleration is really visible. Well, let's get up like this, walk around a little, and start running again. And our speed dropped again. And finally, the Pilgrim's Sash. This is a very cool belt. First of all, it gives a very good acceleration. Here you can see right how probably speed 2. Then we will be able to jump to a height of as many as 3 blocks, not 2. And naturally, the fall damage will also become less. Next, let's consider such a microplanet, and a microplanet in the form of a block. We put a microplanet on ourselves. Now look what we're going to do. We will create a bundle of mana with the help of a distributor. Come on. And now we're looking at what's going on. Mana seems to spit out, but it immediately flies to us and will circle right over our head. Here you can see, and in principle, this is all the property of this microplanet. There is also in the form of a block. There is a little bit of finishing, and a block is obtained. Now, we are releasing mana here, and this mana will circle around this block. In general, an absolutely useless thing. Then the amulet of the merciful goddess. We put it on, and now all the explosions that will happen around us will simply be destroyed. That is, look now the awnings will explode, we will be thrown back a little, but there will be no destruction. There will also be creepers and other bombs. Then there is the tectonic belt. With the help of it, a huge effect of resistance to rejection will be imposed on us. Let me put it on myself now, and let's say I put it on myself to the spiders. He will be dominating us a little, but look, he won't push us away. The truth is going to kill me now, but let me show you anyway. Here I don't push in any way, only literally when he presses so close to me, then yes, there is a little repulsion. It's all because no matter how he pushes me, it's not damage. But the push that will cause damage simply will not pass to us. Next, consider this third erd. With it, you will be able to see hostile mobs through the blocks. To do this, let me put it on myself now. That's how he looks, very cool by the way, and literally look, there we have caves, we see zombies, creeper, even a skeleton. The radius of its operation is probably about 20 blocks. Look, I fly away and they disappear. In fact, it is a very convenient thing to search for, let's say, some spavners. And finally, the last item on this list is the Diva Charm. This is a very interesting amulet. Let's put it on ourselves and call on spiders and also zombies. Look, now I'm going to go into survival mode and hit this spider. He is fascinated by us. Now he will protect us from zombies. Come on. And for some reason, he doesn't want to attack him, although he should. It finally worked. In short, I charmed this spider, and he attacked the zombie with which I attacked. Only the truth won, because the spider was weaker. Let's take another look at this. But who are the zombies with us? We attack the spider, and look, he immediately attacks this zombie. Naturally, this can be used not only with such weak mobs, but with some stronger ones, let's say from other mods. Well, there was a potato with you. Be sure to subscribe, like, write comments, and also click on the bell so as not to miss new videos.